friends, today is a good day. I'm gonna take both to see what I just for grapefruit Oroblanco and basil. Today I'm feeling good and I am excited to get a little task done at the homestead. I need to get some irrigation parts to fix the chicken coop run. I'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on over there. It started leaking and it made some damage into our guest house because the water just got so saturated into underneath the foundation, and it started seeping into inside and started warping the floor. So we stopped it all together. We've been hand watering the chickens, but what I'm gonna do is cut it in half, and that way if there's any leak is further away from that foundation. So I'm gonna come and get the pieces. Also, I've been so obsessed over this new citrus that I know it exists for a while, but this is the first time I've heard of it, so I can't believe it. So I feel like I'm late to the game. And if you guys have heard of this citrus, the Zumo Mandarine, let me know, because how come nobody has told me about this? So I just found out about it. I tried the fruit. I'm obsessed with it. I'm pretty sure they might not have it here, but it's worth a try. Also, my friend Lead Farmer 73, he's looking for Oroblanco. Oroblanco is more common here in California, so I'm gonna see if they have one here. So come with me to get some of these tests done. Let's go. They usually have citrus out here, and I want to see if any of them are Oroblanco. Let's take a look. So they have a blood orange Moro, blood orange, no, real red, no, nope, nope. Real red, Oroblanco. Let's see here. This is not, like I said, Oroblanco is not rare here. So let's check out the price. This is a standard tree. I like how thick this is. The graph is pretty good. Let's look at it. Ow. Let's look at the shape. Okay, well, we found Oroblanco. Let's go see if we can find another one inside so we can look at the shape better. Let's see. All right. Lead Farmer 73, if you are watching this video, I just have to say I found your grapefruit Oroblanco. There's plenty here. I'm gonna get it for you, and I'm gonna just see that there's a good tree with the good graph, with the good shape. Let's go look. My favorite section, to the Home Depot. Let's see. Those are much bigger. Those are oranges, but maybe it's a Zumo. No. Really quick, Lead, let me show you. There are plenty of them. There's a bigger one, and that one is 120. So you let me know. And I didn't find my Zumo Mandarine, so let's go inside and figure out what the parts that I need. I think this is my second favorite aisle in Home Depot, and that's where they have all the irrigation parts. And let's see, I think I passed it today. So I did a water feeder for my chickens. Like I mentioned, it was working amazing, but we had a little situation that cost us a pretty penny. So I'm trying to still be able to provide the chickens water, but Make sure that it doesn't leak into the foundation. If it's leaking, I'm gonna have to keep a better eye on that and switch out the little feeder heads more often. But I don't see, maybe I'm not in, it shouldn't be irrigation, it should be like piping. Let's continue looking. This is the part I put on one of the sides, so I connected a hose, but I'm looking for just a cap to cap it off. And it doesn't look like it's in this aisle, which normally it is. Let's continue looking. So I definitely need one of these, but I already have one at home. So I'm not buying another one. So it seems like we're getting closer because that part was there. Jackpot. Found the aisle. There's the glue, which I have some at home. And I'm looking for a cap. And I don't remember the size, but I remember what it looks like. So I'll know when I see it. This is too small. But that's exactly what I'm looking for. Found it. So this is the pipe I have. And it fits, so. Now this is a neat to run irrigation around curbs. You see that? I like that. So I want to make sure I give myself a couple options. I can just put a cap like this and seal the hole, but I always like to have options. So I think what I'm going to do is cap it. So if I need to drain the line, all I got to do is unscrew this. Whoop. All I got to do is unscrew this. Let's see. See that? Cap it and have options to drain the line. But I'm going to take both to see what I decide, and just in case my measurements, because I should have brought a piece or at least a picture to make sure I have the right size, I'm going to take a smaller one. So let's go. So now that I found the pieces that I want, and I found the tree for Let Farmer 73, which I'm waiting to see if he replies and wants it. I'm not too worried about it because they had plenty of them. I actually found a bigger size for $119, and it was, I think, a 15-gallon. So I'm not too worried about them running out. So I'm just gonna explore and take a little morning walk here and see what else I find. Stone fruits, I'm delaying that orchard just because I want to make sure I finish my citrus orchard, and I'm starting a new garden today. And not today. I'm starting a new vegetable garden. We already built all the raised beds, and let's see what else. We built the raised beds. We have a layout. Now all we have to do is cut out the mesh so that way we can put like some gopher protection. And then also, what else? We need to go get the soil, which is going to be truckloads of soil. But I just like to come out here, get a little bit of vitamin D, walk around and see what Home Depot has to offer. Strawberries. My friend Steve Liz has tons of strawberries, so I'm hoping to get some from him this year because I have the tower, the Greenstock Tower, and I want that to be a strawberry tower. So I'm really excited about that. I also kumquats. I want to bring some more kumquats in containers. However, I want to get a variety of different varieties. And I have, let me show you guys right here. They have the Nagami, as you guys can see here. These are really pretty trees, but I have a couple negamis. I actually want to look for the other two varieties. And usually that's what Home Depot has. They have like the most common one. So I think it's time to diversify my garden, my orchard with different varieties. And that's what I'm gonna do. I just noticed that they had more citrus hidden back here. They must have just gotten their shipment for spring. And sweet navel orange. I don't want any more oranges at the moment except that Zumo Mandarine. And look at this beauty. Do you guys see this? Aspilare. I think this is a Eureka lemon. Let's see if we can find the label. I love how pretty it's being trained. Lemon. Improve Meyer lemon. Oh wow. These lemons look hardier than most Meyer lemons. Usually they have the softer skin. Maybe we got a little cross pollination. And then yeah. Let's see what else. What are these? These are also Meyer lemon, improved Meyer lemons. Let's quickly talk about the vegetable garden. Obviously, big box stores and nurseries always have like your basics, and I might consider buying some this year because I don't know if I'm gonna have time to grow things from seeds, since I'm gonna be focusing all my spare time in building the garden. And maybe I will, because most of the time we're going to be doing the hard labor is going to be when Joe's off, and that's when we're going to be working on that. But maybe we'll see what happens if I end up having time. And the greenhouse needs to be cleaned out, so that's some work that I'm also delaying on, and we'll see. But so far it doesn't look like they have any good vegetables. So let me show you what they have. They have some jalapenos, some bell peppers, lettuces, but that's last season because spring's coming up, so no time to put those in the garden right now. Thyme, which I do have tons of oregano on the hillside, and I have tons of thyme. However, they're not thriving there, and I'm gonna definitely be growing some in the new little vegetable garden. And the one thing that I cannot wait is to have some basil, because we are gonna be making some pesto. And as you can tell right here, these can still be affected by the frost, and we're gonna definitely still be getting some frost. But let me show you up above. They have frost protection right above us. So that's why they're able to have them here in the, their little nursery here without it getting any damage. But yeah, they don't have a large priority. It's just a few things to pick. It's too early for peppers, that's for sure. Herbs might be the one thing you guys can plant right now and they'll thrive. For sure, the chamomiles, I planted them around January last year and they did so good. So that's one of the things I'm gonna put in right away. And yeah, but I also want to explore the other plants because I have a section in the front of our front yard. It's like a little island, and so far everything that we planted there has not done well. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have someone dig up that soil and loosen it up, add a lot of amendment and plant something. I think the irrigation's not working there as well, but something like ground covering like this would be ideal. Something that's drought tolerant, because it does get a lot of sun, and it doesn't, not everything has to be an edible. It could be an ornamental, something that looks pretty. But yeah, let's see what we find. Succulents are always beautiful in the landscape, but I do have to say that they are, here in California, they don't love direct sun like people think that they do. They actually like a little bit of shade, because the sun here is just so consistent and so harsh that they just can't survive it unless they're really, really well established. But other than that, yeah, no. So far I don't see anything I would like to add, and obviously something that's very low maintenance, because I do not want to maintain. Like, everything has to be low maintenance from this point on. Something maybe once or twice a year that we maintain, but nothing on a regular basis, because I would like to focus my energy on more on my vegetable garden than landscape. That's just my preference, because although I love beauty of the landscape, I'm very practical, so I want something that's going to be producing and it's paying me back for my effort. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Obviously, some of these annuals are just not something that I want to add, because I don't want to constantly be worrying about changing them. Lavenders are beautiful and they do get pretty wide. I have a few out there, but I think I need something else, something more like ground covering, so that area looks pretty, but like I said, it has to be drought tolerant. So that's where I'm at. And I don't like all these grassy things on the landscape, because they do end up dying, not dying completely, but you know, the layers as they grow, and it's just so hard to clean up and pulling out. It's like brushing someone's messy hair. And like I said, low maintenance. That's where I'm going for, low maintenance. And if you guys have any plants, I don't know if you guys can post any pictures of your plants on the comments, but if you do, I want to know what plants it's in your landscape that is like the lowest of the lowest maintenance, because that's what I'm looking for. And maybe when I get home, I'll show you guys the area that I'm trying to transform. It does get a lot of sun, like I said, drought tolerance. But I think that's going to be it for now. I don't know if I'm going to get Lead Farmer 73. I'm not worried about the tree being sold. There's plenty of them in there, and the only concern I have right now is that I don't have the right car to load it, and I don't want, sometimes I get these spasms on my back, so I don't want to try to get it in. I'll probably come back with Joe and we'll come back in his truck, but I'm not worried about them not being enough. If this store has it, for sure my local nursery has it, which is Green Thumb, and I can't wait to go there. I already called to see if they have the Zumo mandarine. They said that they already placed an order, and we should get some probably the first or second week of February. So I'm very excited. I can't wait for you to take you guys on that ride. And also they did have one that was 15 gallon, but I wasn't willing to pay $189. So I'm just gonna have to wait for the 5 gallon. I mean, it will grow. I'm not patient. I'm not impatient. I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, nothing else. I mean, there's some ground covers here, but nothing to my liking. But yeah, I think, well, let me show you something. I love these. Are you guys gonna be getting more trees, or this is the load that you guys got for spring? Bye. Really quickly show you guys the island I was talking about. As you guys can see, not everything here is thriving. And although you can't see the sun right now, it usually hits the sun. These are doing fairly well. Let me give you guys a different view. There we go. That's the island I'm telling you guys about. And I would love all of this to be lush and green. Some succulents just filled with plants. Well, friends, there's the island. We'll see what we do with it. For now, this is the end of this video. It brought so much joy to bring you guys along on my little trip, and I'll probably show you guys on the next video how I'm gonna fix the chicken coop and what I have going on over there, and maybe show you the damage and the repair. But for now, I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.